Welcome to the From My Stand podcast with Matt Hinkle. Whether you are an avid hunter, a novice, or someone interested in the sport, Matt has a unique perspective to share. Sit back, relax, and kick your boots up as Matt shares what he's seeing from his stand.
Hi friends, thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Matt Hinkle, and today we're going to be talking about getting your big game firearms ready for the upcoming hunting season. 2 weeks ago, we talked about getting your archery equipment ready and getting yourself and your archery stuff tuned up for the upcoming season. Then last week, we talked about an episode on just a pre-season gear checklist. And then, as promised, today's episode is on getting the firearms ready, getting those ready for the upcoming season. Now, we're not really going to talk about small game firearms tonight. We're really just talking about your big game firearm. And for a lot of people, the most widely hunted big game in North America is the whitetail deer. So for most of us, this is going to be about getting your shotgun or your rifle ready for whitetail deer season. Okay. So I'll show you kind of what we do here where we are at. I live in a shotgun only state. And just a few years ago, the state decided to allow straight wall rifles. And that's been a game changer for hunters in our state. Now, at first, I was a little reluctant. I have to be honest with you. When I first heard about them legalizing the straight wall rifles, I wondered if they had the velocity, the energy, really, quite frankly, the bullet weight to do the job. I was used to 12 gauge slug guns. And so I wondered, how these straight wall rifles would perform. And those questions and those current concerns have been answered and they have been alleviated. So here in our house, in our state, we use the 350 Legend rifle for whitetail deer. The first one that we got, so we basically have 3 deer hunters in our house. My oldest daughter, she's 19. She was the first one to use a 350 Legend, and I'm actually holding her rifle. And this is the first one that we got 4 hunting seasons ago. And then since then, my son has gotten one and I have gotten one. So that tells you how we feel about the 350 Legend. But it's mid-August right now, or actually it's a little bit past mid-August at this exact moment. And so hunting season is getting here. Archery season will be here first. But it is time to start getting those guns ready for the season. Now, what we use for our setups is, of course, you have your rifle. I like a shoulder sling. All 3 of these guns have a shoulder sling, and then we top our rifles with scopes. And all 3 of these guns have a Leupold scope. This one's a 3 to 9 by 40. This other one right here is a 3 to 9 by 40. And then the Ruger over there has a 3.5 by 10 Leupold. And it's one of those CDS, the custom dial system. But all 3 of these guns have Leupold scopes. And these things have just been absolute top performers on deer. In the last 4 seasons, me and my 2 children have shot a total of, let me think here, 6 deer with 350 Legends. 3 of them were does and 3 of them were bucks. No, I take that back. 7 deer. 3 of them were does and 4 of them were bucks. And 3 of them were pretty nice bucks. They were big, muscular, mature bucks with heavy bodies, heavy bone structures. And every deer that we have killed with the 350 Legend has been easy to track, easy to recover. In fact, one of them dropped on the spot. And so, all those fears that I had about the straight wall rifle and are they big enough for the whitetail deer here in the Midwest, those fears have been alleviated, and these guns just perform really, really well. Now, this is the first one that we got, and it is a Winchester XPR in a black synthetic stock with a Leupold 3 to 9 by by 40 and a 1-inch tube. And this is my daughter's gun, and she has killed 3 deer with this gun, 2 bucks and 1 doe. And this gun's done really, really good. And so this time of the year, you want to make sure that you have your gun. You want to make sure that you have your ammo selected for the season. You want to make sure you have your scope mounted properly. Now, if you want more information on mounting a scope, go to our video list and go to Season 1, Episode 13. The episode is called, Is the Ruger American Gen 2 the Best Budget Rifle? And in that episode, I deal with mounting a scope like this. And so if you need help with your scope mount, check out that episode, and it tells you how to do that and tells you, what to do with that. But this is the first one that we got, and it is a really nice rifle, and it has proven itself. Now, when Chloe got this, and I'm gonna have her on the show one of these days. She hasn't made an appearance on the channel yet, but this is her gun, and I really liked how it performed on the range. But after the range, I still wondered how it was going to do in the field. And after watching what it's done on those 3 deer, I was convinced that this gun was plenty for the whitetail deer here in the Midwest. And so I went out and got my own. Okay, let me show you the gun I've got. So that's hers. The second one we got is this one, and this one's mine. And this is, again, it's a Winchester XPR, and I got mine in a wood stock. First of all, so we could tell the 2 guns apart. I wanted to be able to just, when you're packing for a trip or something, I wanted to be able to know which gun was hers and which gun was mine in the safe and not have to look at them too closely. Again, I've got the shoulder sling. Now, the XPR is a really, really good setup. It's a bolt action rifle. The bolts on these rifles are really smooth. On the other side, there's a little lever there that you push, and you just push that lever, and the bolt slides right out. It's really easy to access the bore. The bolt goes back in really nice. It has a two-stage, or well, a single stage safety. Okay, there's two settings. When the safety lever is pushed back, it's on safe. You just push it forward and it's on fire. If it's on safe with the Winchester XPRs, the bolt is locked. You can't use the bolt, but there is a little bolt release button right in front of the safety, and if you push that down, it will free up the bolt, so you can do whatever you need with the bolt. But Winchester did a really nice job with this rifle. It has basically a flush style magazine. I think it holds 4. I think we're only allowed to have 3 shells in our gun in our state, so it holds enough for our state. But I think it actually holds 4. But I like the flush style magazine on it, and we've killed 2 bucks and 1 doe with this gun, and it's done a really, really good job. And again, I have basically the same scope on this gun that Chloe has on hers. Now, my son got into the action, and he got his own, and I actually have this gun featured in Season 1, Episode 13. So if you want to see a full breakdown of this gun, it is an American, or it's a Ruger American Predator Gen 2, and it's a really, really nice rifle. This thing shoots really good. Again, Season 1, Episode 13, we do kind of a full unboxing of this, but this gun has the same little lever for releasing the bolt that the Winchester does. Now, the Ruger American has a 2-stage safety, so when you work the bolt, it all the way back, it's on safe, and the bolt is locked. 1 click forward, the trigger is on safe, but the bolt is able to be used, and then all the way forward, the gun is on fire. So it's a really, really good design. It's got a muzzle brake. This gun has shot really good right out of the box. We had no issues breaking it in, getting it on paper and zeroing it. These guns are all zeroed. We've got them zeroed at 100 yards. They're all zeroed at 100. We'll talk about that in just a moment. The one thing, if anybody at Ruger is listening, that I kind of wish they would have done on this rifle is, now my son loves it, but I wish they had a flush magazine option for this gun. It's got the AR style high capacity magazine, which I'm fine with, but I'm more used to carrying in the field a flush magazine. And so, I kind of wish they'd give you the option of a flush magazine. I think we would have two. So when I was carrying it, I would carry a flush. And when Matthew carries it, I think he would use the AR style. He likes that, but I would just, like it the other way. It has kind of a textured splatter finish and then a Cerakote barrel. And I really like the fluted twist on the barrel. It's just really cool looking. So kudos to Ruger. They did a good job on this gun. I really, really like it. And this will be our first season hunting with this gun, but we've been shooting it all summer and we've got it zeroed and shooting. And it's a really, really nice performing rifle. Now let's talk about ammunition real quick for the 350 Legend. And of course, if you don't use a 350 Legend, you still need to go through this process with your own ammo. But we've kind of went through an evolution a little bit with ammunition. We've shot about everything they offer on the 350 Legend. My two favorites. Now, we have 3 rifles in our household, and at one time we were shooting different ammo. We've now got it where all the guns are sighted in and all the guns are shooting this Hornady, and this is Hornady's 350 Legend. It's 165 grain FTX bullets, and they look like this. It's a really, really good ammunition. We've killed several deer. We've actually dropped a deer in its tracks with this. We've killed a couple of nice bucks with this, and it does a really good job. So if you're a 350 Legend hunter and you want my recommendation, this is what I recommend. The Hornady FTX. It's a really, really good ammo. But we've also had good success with the Winchester deer season. And the 180 grain, we have also shot the 150 grain. So we've used them both. But the 180 grain does a really, really good job. It shoots good on paper, but it's also really devastating on deer. And you can see here that a 350 Legend out of the muzzle is about 2,100 feet per second. And if you sight it in at 100 yards, you lose about 10 inches at 200 yards. So it is not a flat shooting gun, but it has the kinetic energy, and it's got terminal velocity all the way out to 200 yards. I've even heard of people killing deer and deer type animals within that size of animal all the way out past 200 yards. But here in the state I hunt in, 100, 150 yards is about as far as you're going to shoot. Now, I don't hunt around the farms. Farms, you can shoot a little bit further than that, I guess. But the 350 Legend's got plenty of knockdown power for whitetail deer. You do need to be aware. We sight ours in for 100 yards, right on the money. It's going to be shooting a ½ inch to an inch high at 50. So that means from 0 to 100, you can hold right on, right where you want to hit that deer. Just hold right on it. And then out at 200, you're going to need to compensate just a little bit, or have a custom dial scope where you can, turn your elevation turret to 200 yards, because it will drop about 10 inches. I'm going to take you out to the range in just a minute, and we're going to shoot these guns, and I'm going to show you how they did out to 200. They are all zeroed in at 100. And then in the video you're getting ready to watch, I did not know the range that I was shooting at. But since I took those videos, I've shot that with a rangefinder, and it was 220 yards. So the drop you're about to see in this video is the drop from 100 yards zero to 220 yards. And the results are pretty impressive. I tell you, the 350 Legend is a really, really good option for the whitetail deer, especially in states that are shotgun only. So start now getting your big game rifles, shotguns, all those kind of things ready for the upcoming season. Before I let you go, I want to show you one more thing. Make sure in hunting season you have some way to protect your scope. I've used a couple of different kinds. This is the bikini scope. It's by Butler, and uh, these are really, really good. They'll keep the rain, the snow, that sort of thing, fog out of your scope. Also, a lot of Leupold scopes come with a scope cover, and in the field, I would definitely keep a scope cover on them. If you're going to keep these on them inside the gun cabinet or the gun safe, don't store them like this, because you're going to wear out the stretchy in these cords. When you store them in a gun safe, if you're going to keep them on there, just store them like that, so that that the stretchy on the rubber of this doesn't get worn out. But make sure you got some way to take care of that scope. Well, let's go out to the range, and you're going to see these guns fired. And what we are firing out on the range is this Hornady 165 grain FTX. So I'll see you out on the range. So we're set up right here. I'm going to be shooting from the prone position, and the target is out there by that telephone pole. Now this is a private lane. It's not a road. That is not the road. Private lane. But you see that little circular disc? That's a paper plate with a red dot in the middle of it. And I don't have my rangefinder out here today. I don't know exactly how far that is, but it's okay. My camera's zoomed all the way back to 1 now, and it's well beyond 100 yards. So that's honestly further than I'd ever get a shot at a white-tailed deer where I hunt. So I just want to see what these guns will do. I want to see what this ammo will do. So I'll take a shot and show you the results. All right, as you can see, we're shooting from the prone position, and I'm not shooting a group. I'm just going to take one shot, and we'll go see where it hits. All right. All right, next up is the Winchester XPR in the synthetic stock. And once again, I'm shooting from the prone position. And we'll see what this one does at this distance. All right, this is the American Gen 2, Ruger American Gen 2. In 350 Legend. It has a 2-stage safety on it. You want to make sure you click it forward twice. And let's see what it does at this range. All right, all three of these guns shot low by about the same amount. So what I'm going to do is, with my gun, I'm not going to do this with the kids' guns, with mine that I'm going to be hunting with, I'm going to compensate and see if I can drop one right in the middle of that plate. We'll go see what happened. But I compensated on that one. hopefully it dropped right in there. We'll go see. All right, here's the target. So let me show you what we got here. That's my Winchester. That's Chloe's Winchester. So they're a little bit to the right, and I don't know, they're probably 6 inches down. And then Matt's gun is about 8 inches low, but directly under. And again, these guns are all pretty much right on a dead center at 100. I'm going to have to range this distance. But what I did was, I basically took this and kind of compensated it. So I kind of aimed up in this area and it dropped it right there. So the guns and the ammo is shooting real consistent. Again, with compensation, I dropped one right there, and good night, I don't know how far this is. I'm going to have to range it. It's several hundred yards for sure. So I'm going to have to range it, and then I'll find out what it does. Well, I know what it does at this distance. I just need to range it so I have an exact distance. But anyway, that's how you do it. And I'm pretty happy with these guns. Looking forward to seeing what they'll do in the fall. All right, well, we're back from the range. I thank you for joining us in today's episode. So in the last 3 weeks on this channel, we've talked about getting your archery equipment ready. We've talked about getting your backpacks and all your clothes and boots and just all the gear ready to go for the upcoming season. And now tonight we've talked about getting your firearms ready for the big game hunting season. I hope that you're getting ready. I hope your gun is shooting straight, your bow is shooting straight, and you're ready for another fall classic. Now let me tell you something we're going to be doing in just a few weeks that's going to be a lot of fun. On Sunday night, September 21st, we are going to have a live chat around the campfire. Again, that's Sunday night, September 21st at 9 p.m. And that's the Sunday before archery season begins in the state of Ohio. And so we're going to have a live chat that night around the bonfire. You can send in your questions that you have about the upcoming hunting season. You can let us know what your plans are. But I hope you'll join us. I hope you'll interact with us. We'll be on there live, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope to see you on Sunday night, September the 21st. And that will be a lot of fun. Hey, if this channel is bringing you any sort of value at all, would you do us a favor and like, subscribe, and follow? Turn on your notifications. It's something that you can do for absolutely nothing. It's totally free, but it will help this channel grow in a big way, and we would really, really appreciate it. Well, have a great night. Thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Matt Hinkle, and that's how I see it from my stand.
Thank you for listening today. Be sure to tell your buddies and follow us on your favorite podcasting platforms. Y'all take care.